Waking up, energized and ready for the day, I checked my quest log, turned in my last quest, got ready for the day by making some bandages, and then head out on my new mission, to tame my first pet. Before I could tame my first real pet, I had to run some errands for my trainer to prove I was worthy, starting off by taming a boar. Then I swam all the way to the Echo Islands to tame myself a crab. Once the crab was turned in, I then had to do my last tame, a scorpion. After turning in a scorpion, I knew I needed to go to Orgrimmar because I needed to learn how to feed my pet before I got a pet that I couldn't feed. After hearthing back to Razor Hill, I made my journey to get my first pet. I wanted something cool, but little did I know, cool wouldn't last me very long. Sarkoth, the coolest scorpion in Durotar, the one that beat up that pussy troll in the starting area. That's the scorpion that I wanted. Immediately remembering this wasn't retail WoW, my scorpion was level 4, and I was level 10. This guy was a bitch. While killing mobs to level Sarkoth up, I accidentally double pulled, and unfortunately, this would be the end. I did everything within my power to separate the pull and try to save my scorpion's life. Unfortunately, by accidentally sending my scorpion after the pig and then changing targets, my scorpion then attacked the pig at 2% health and got himself killed. My first pet didn't even last 10 minutes. Saying fuck it, I went and tamed the first scorpion I could find. Not knowing how long he would last, I named him my temp. Making sure to feed him first to boost his happiness and his damage, I tested him out on a nearby raptor, realizing that 1, he has a poison, and 2, this poison stacks. I then made my way to one of the most dangerous areas in Durotar, Skull Rock. Thinking my dick was big, I would once again send my pet into a dangerous situation where he may not make it out. In fact, he definitely would not. My temp was gone. Ensuring that this time I tamed the pet my level 10, I renamed him Pt.2 because I wasn't confident in my ability to keep him alive anymore. I then immediately ran back inside Skull Rock because my head is about as thick as a brick. This time, however, I would take the Voidwalker for myself and let my pet, who had poison, take on the Burning Blade Apprentice. This meant my ass was getting whooped, and after we barely survived the fight, I noped the fuck out. Realizing I was close to level 11, I made my way into the Harpy Valley, killed some harpies and stole their supplies to turn them in to the little goblin nearby. Of course, not forgetting to take a dance break upon level 11. After getting all the supplies I needed and turning the quest into Reslap, he said, hey, I want you to go kill 20 more of these harpies, and you might as well try to have fun with it, loot some stuff, because this will be the next 45 minutes of your life. Please enjoy the next 60 seconds of me killing harpies and looting chests, because this shit takes a while. Finally done with yet again another genocide, I returned to Reslek, turned in his quest, and made my way into Orgrimmar. I leveled up my leatherworking, sold all my stuff, made my way over to the weapons trainer, trained throwing weapons, and bought throwing weapons when I saw this big axe available. Knowing I needed to do whatever necessary to get this weapon, this game-changing weapon, I began selling as much as possible. However, I was about to make a very, very bad mistake. Too joyous over my new purchase, I didn't even think about what selling all my health potions could do to me, and I made my way back to Skull Rock. Although there were other players at Skull Rock, I quickly let them know my dick was bigger by typing SSF in chat before declining their invitation. The asshole then immediately stole part of my tag. With my new throwing weapons, I could now pull mobs from far away, and this allowed me to pull casters and utilize a strat called LOS, or line of sight, which means I didn't have to sacrifice my scorpion every time I needed to pull one. While I was gracefully making my way through the cave, I turned around in time to see the man who had stolen my tag get chased out of the cave, to which I responded by turning around and not helping him. Fuck you, buddy. As my onslaught continued, I finally made my way to the leader of the Burning Blade, Gaz Uz, and I realized quickly he was level 14. Fuck that, I'm out. Although I love my glory, trying to fight a level 14 at level 11 would do nothing except send me to the graveyard with great haste. After leaving Skull Rock thinking I saved my life, I made my way to my next bad decision. As I'm not a complete moron all the time, I did some reconnaissance to understand what the fight would look like and how I might have to take it on. After spending a minute watching the mob's walking patterns and seeing where they go and don't go, I made my way to the entrance and began slaughtering my way through numbers and numbers of Kodos. Knowing I would have to be careful and specific, I began picking off the mobs using my throwing axes in order to pull very carefully. Once all his minions were gone, and it was just me and Fizzle, it was time to start my next big boss battle. My first swing chunked nearly half of his health, and I was riding that high, but I would quickly figure out this man was no joke. He was hitting me with the patented Warlock Suck, draining my life and my pets, and I was beginning to get worried. Panic setting in, I started trying to LOS him, getting out of range of his bolt while my pet took aggro, hoping this would work. Unfortunately, due to the panic that had set in, and Classic WoW being Classic WoW, my pet didn't take aggro, and I had died. To briefly explain my thought process in this time, from these freeze frames you can see that A, Fizzle hasn't started casting yet, and B, my pet's threat number was higher than my threat number, however my threat hadn't taken over the threat percentage yet. So, in my panic state I assumed my pet would have aggro, and instead I got a nice cast straight to the back.
In my culture, death is not the end. It's more of a stepping off point.
That's fucking right, Chadwick. We're not done. We're not giving up. Watch these next 3 minutes. We're just going hard, killing everything in sight, re-leveling fast as fuck, boy! What, you think this game's actually hard? You think that I couldn't re-level back to level 10 in like 2 minutes flat? Well, maybe not 2 minutes, but here we go. Cut down. Only kills, only turn in, only chests. This is it. Backed up, ready to fight Fizzle again.